Koko,
Sandy.
how you doing? All right, part two. We're talking about being involved when you're single, being involved with people who are married, and then that gray area of that's called separation. And you had made a shockingly over-the-top statement that I was going to be shocked by by some of the things you were going to say in the second half. So start shocking.
I think a lot of people will be surprised because of the fact that I'm always one for the honesty, of course. Made that very clear, and I think that it's really up to what.
Nothing. It was a cough. I took a sip.
No, it wasn't because
I took a sip.
With a smirk.
The smirk because I was choking. But anyway, continue. I'm being entertained. Go ahead.
See, now you made me lose my train of thought.
About honesty.
The honesty. Okay, being involved with a married man or a married woman. I don't agree with it because of the fact that I know how I would feel if my husband cheated on me or had a mistress, okay? However...
Oh, there's a but, okay.
Yes, there is a but. If everybody knows where they stand, okay, and there have been situations that I've come across, people have asked me advice, and I have found out for a fact that the wife or husband is well aware that their spouse has somebody else on the side. If that works for you, fine. Go for it. Okay.
And I completely agree with that. I mean,
Okay.
if your relationship is strong enough or set up in such a way, or there's some sort of a mechanics situation where, the husband allows the wife to go and do what she wants, or vice versa, or they're together but they both are out there playing and having fun, and then they come back together. I mean, if that's the relationship, I have no problem with that whatsoever. I'm talking about the deceitful thing where...
Okay, and that's where, personally me, no. I would never cheat on my husband. I would never want my husband to cheat on me. But there are people that are unhappy. They let the other person know, look, I'm married. If you don't want to be involved with me, that's fine. If you do... Oh,
how many times has that happened?
Actually, that does happen more often than you think, and I've discovered that recently. That it does happen. I've been speaking with a lot of people, and it does happen. And it kind of reinforces that, all right, people are getting back to being honest. Really, if you decide that you're going to be involved with a married person, you know what? If that works for you, then that works for you. I can't judge somebody for doing that. I personally, and I don't judge somebody for doing that.
I agree.
There are so many different circumstances on why people cheat. There are men that are very, very much in love with their wives. They are very, very unsatisfied in the bedroom. They have addressed it with the wife. The wife doesn't want to change. There are women that are very, very much in love with their husbands that are not satisfied in the bedroom and have addressed it with the husband, and the husband doesn't want to change. They end up having extramarital affairs, and that's just a fact of life nowadays. Unfortunately, it is. And they have no intention of ever leaving their spouse. They do love their spouse. They're just not happy in the bedroom, which kind of brings back to one of our older shows where I said, if you're not going to take care of your spouse in the bedroom, have a seat while somebody else does, and don't bitch about it.
Exactly.
And that's the same principle here.
Okay, and I completely agree with everything you're saying.
Okay.
With one caveat.
What?
Honesty. You cannot, if you're going to do that, the single person that you are spinning into this situation has to know you're married, has to know, because... Absolutely. Because when I'm talking, I've met quite a few women who did not know that the guys that they were meeting were all married. And then when I said, "Do they have pictures on their?" There's a woman I met, and she said she was having issues with some of the guys she was dating. She couldn't get a hold of them.
Okay, let me interrupt you because you have made such an amazing point right there. Ladies, take a pen and paper, write this down. Like Koko said, you can't pick him out of lineup from the picture. He's married. No picture. He's married. You can only text him or email him or reach him during certain times. 9 times out of 10, he's married. You have never been to his place. He is married. You can't really come meet him at the office either unless it's after business hours or not at all. Most likely he's married because everybody at the office will know he's married, so he can't have you showing up there. These are red flag points that you should watch.
Exactly.
You can't go to public places. It's always a little hole in the wall, or let's meet.
Or your favorite places. He wants to go to your favorite restaurant and meet with your friends. You'll never meet his friends. You'll never meet his business associates.
Right.
You'll never know. You know little or nothing about his life.
Right.
Okay. At that point, yeah, he's married or she's married. Now, I'm not.
Yes. We're not beating up only on the guys. Because women.
No, I mean, and it's a whole James Bond thing. I mean, James Bond was always saying that he likes married women. There's less complicated.
Well, there's some women that like married men because there's fear of a commitment.
Right.
They don't have to worry about a commitment from a married man.
And then a lot of times they're taken care of. So yeah.
Exactly.
So the bottom line, we're at 7 minutes. If you're going to get involved with somebody who's married, if you're not, or if you're married and the other person's married, that's a whole nother dynamic.
That's a different show.
But if you're not married and you're getting involved with somebody who is, you've got to know everything and you've got to be realistic. I mean, a guy or a woman, more than likely, 98%, 99% of the time, is not going to leave his wife or her husband for you. And if they do, and you get married, don't be surprised when it happens to you.
Right.
As always, Koko.
Sandy.